listen to me with the deepest seriousness of your spirit. Because what I'm about to say is not casual, not ordinary, not something your ear should treat lightly. God told me to warn you, yes, warn you, that someone loves you so deeply, so relentlessly, and so fiercely that it has shaken the unseen world. You have no idea how much their heart has carried you. You have no idea how many nights their soul has whispered your name before God. You have no idea how many silent prayers, hidden tears, and quiet sacrifices have been poured out because of you. And God said, speak to them, for there is something they must know, something the enemy is trying to keep buried, something that must rise to the surface before it's too late. You think you are forgotten. You think you are unseen. You walk through life with a weight on your chest, believing no one truly cares for you in the depths of your being. But God is revealing this. Someone's love for you is deeper than your wounds, truer than your fears, and more consistent than the people who walked away. Their love for you has been protected, restrained, and guided by God. Because not all love is meant to reveal itself immediately. Some love is kept in the shadows until the appointed hour. Some love is shielded so it cannot be poisoned by the wrong people or the wrong season. And God is saying to you right now, I am lifting the veil. I am opening the truth. I am exposing what has been carried in silence. But listen carefully, because here is what they don't want you to know. This person who loves you so deeply is struggling with a fear you cannot see. A fear that whispers, what if they don't choose me? What if I'm not enough? What if opening my heart destroys what little peace I have left? They love you so much that they would rather stay silent than risk breaking your spirit. They would rather endure the pain of distance than approach you before God gives them the signal. They would rather carry the burden alone than enter your life in the wrong way, at the wrong time, with the wrong intentions. And God said, tell them to listen with their spirit, because this kind of love does not come often. This kind of love is not ordinary. This kind of love was written in heaven before it ever touched the earth. You have been praying for clarity, and God has heard you. You have been asking for a sign, and God is giving it now. You have been begging for truth, and truth is coming to you like a wave. God told me to warn you because your heart is in danger of misinterpreting silence as rejection. God said, you are misreading the story, judging the chapter before you reach the revelation. You think this person doesn't care. You think they forgot you. You think they moved on. But God said, tell them, the silence is not absence. The distance is not disinterest. The waiting is not denial. I am working beneath the surface. You see, when God wants to protect something precious, He hides it. And God has hidden this love because the enemy wanted to contaminate it with confusion, impatience, and insecurity. But God did not allow it. God shielded this bond with His own hand, because this connection is not random. This connection is not accidental. This connection is not something that came into your life by chance or by coincidence. It was orchestrated. It was timed. It was woven into your path long before your eyes ever recognized its significance. And God is saying, you are not imagining it. You are not delusional. You are not reading too much into it. What you feel is real because I put it there. But here's what they don't want you to know. The one who loves you is fighting battles you know nothing about. Battles in their mind, battles in their heart, battles with their past, battles with the wounds they don't show to anyone. They look strong on the outside, but inside they are vulnerable, hesitant, and afraid of losing something they haven't even fully expressed. Their fear is not of loving you. Their fear is of losing you. Their fear is not of stepping toward you. Their fear is of ruining the sacred connection God placed between you. Their fear is not whether they want you. They already do. Their fear is whether they are worthy of the depth of your soul. And God told me to warn you because you have been interpreting their hesitation as indifference. God said, correct their vision, restore their understanding, open their eyes. You are dealing with someone whose spirit recognizes yours more deeply than their mind can understand. And that recognition has shaken them. When God ties two souls together, the connection is not gentle. It is powerful, overwhelming, undeniable. It pulls on them in ways they cannot explain. It draws them into thoughts they never expected. It wakes them in the middle of the night, reminding them of you. It stirs their heart with a longing they did not ask for and cannot escape. But here is the warning. If you allow insecurity to speak louder than God right now, you will sabotage the blessing He is aligning for you. If you let your doubts, your impatience, or your assumptions control you, you will misjudge someone whose heart has already chosen you. And God told me to tell you this with urgency: be still, calm your spirit, silence your fears. Do not let the enemy twist what God is preparing. Do not let your loneliness convince you that you are unwanted. Do not let your overthinking destroy what God is building. Love that comes from God is not rushed, not reckless, not chaotic. It moves with intention, with timing, with spiritual precision. The person who loves you is being prepared by God. Their heart is being strengthened. Their wounds are being healed. Their mind is being aligned. Their spirit is being awakened. And God said, tell them to be patient, because what I am aligning is too precious to be ruined by haste. You have prayed for something real, something deep, something ordained. And God has heard you. But real love demands real preparation. And God is preparing both of you, not just one. This is why the weight feels heavy. This is why the silence feels confusing. This is why the connection feels intense one moment and distant the next. God is shaping two hearts at the same time so that when they meet again, nothing can break them. And God is telling you right now with a voice that shakes your inner world that this love is not something you stumbled into by accident. It is something your soul was prepared for long before your mind ever caught up. This is why you feel pulled toward them in ways you cannot logically justify. This is why your heart reacts before your thoughts fully understand what is happening. Your spirit recognizes what God wrote long before your emotions learned how to interpret it. This is not an emotional fantasy, not a desperate attachment, not a coincidence born out of loneliness. This is something God crafted with intention, with detail, with purpose. And when God creates something with purpose, nothing can rival it. But here is what they don't want you to know. Not because they're hiding it from you out of deception, but because they are terrified of how powerful this truth is. They have tried to move on from you and they couldn't. They tried to distract themselves, but nothing satisfied them. They tried to push away the feelings, but the more they tried, the deeper the pull became. They tried convincing themselves that what they feel for you is too overwhelming, too unrealistic, too vulnerable. But every time they tried to escape, God pulled them right back. Because when God ties someone's heart to yours, running only leads them back to the same place, the trap. You have become the silent echo in their thoughts, the quiet longing they can't shake, the unexpected comfort they return to even when you're not physically present. You have become the person whose absence speaks louder than other people's presence. And here is the part they don't want you to know because they fear it will give you too much power over their heart. They feel safest with you. Yes, you. Not because you are perfect, not because you are flawless, but because your spirit carries something that calms them. You bring a clarity they didn't know they needed. You bring a stillness that settles storms inside them that no one else even recognizes. God said your presence is a medicine to them, a healing that touches places they cannot explain with their own words. But God wants you to understand something deeper. This person's love for you was awakened by God, not by human desire. And when God awakens a love, it comes with weight, responsibility, and spiritual significance. It is not light. It is not casual. It is not fragile. It is crafted for endurance, shaped for purpose, strengthened for longevity. That is why their feelings for you are stronger than anything they've ever experienced. That is why they feel overwhelmed, confused, uncertain at times, not because the love is weak, but because it is too strong to be handled without divine guidance. And God told me to warn you, because your impatience is creating pressure in the spiritual realm. You are starting to question what is already yours. You are starting to doubt what God already approved. You are starting to fear what God is forming. And God is saying, do not sabotage what I have been building in silence. The enemy wants you to act out of fear. The enemy wants you to give up prematurely. The enemy wants you to walk away because of a misunderstanding. But God wants you to wait with wisdom, with discernment, with spiritual maturity, not passively, not hopelessly, but with strength, certainty, and readiness. The person who loves you is carrying emotions they have never carried before. You awaken something in them that nothing else ever stirred. They don't fully understand it yet, but they know this: you matter. You matter more than they expected you to. You matter more than they are comfortable admitting. And God is telling you this because you are misreading their quietness as disinterest. But their silence is not the silence of someone who doesn't care. It is the silence of someone who feels too deeply and is scared to reveal the depth prematurely. You must hear this with spiritual ears. They are protecting you, not avoiding you. They are honoring the connection, not running from it. They are trying to ensure that when they step towards you, they do it with stability, clarity, and strength. They don't want to bring you half of themselves. They don't want to offer you a broken version of who they are. They don't want to approach you with confusion or emotional instability. They want to come to you healed, aligned, and guided by God, because they know deep down that you are not someone to treat casually. You are not someone to approach lightly. You are someone whose soul demands reverence, patience, and spiritual readiness. God is revealing this because you have been underestimating the magnitude of what is being formed. You want clarity, but you haven't realized that God is already giving it. You want answers, but you haven't recognized that God has been whispering truth into your spirit through your intuition, your dreams, your inner pool, your unexplainable peace. You want confirmation, but you haven't noticed that everything in your spirit comes alive when you think of this person. Not because of obsession, but because God Himself is highlighting them. And God is saying, stop doubting what I have already confirmed. Stop fearing what I have already secured. Stop questioning what I have already ordained. You are asking God for signs, but God is saying the sign is already in your heart. The connection you feel is not random. The timing is not accidental. The emotional intensity is not irrational. Every piece of it is spiritual. Every part of it is intentional. Every moment of it is woven into a divine blueprint. But here is the deeper truth, the one that will surprise you. This person you love and who loves you deeply is also being tested. God is testing their patience, their intentions, their loyalty, their emotional maturity. God is testing whether they love you for the right reasons, not out of loneliness, not out of desperation, not out of fear, but out of divine purpose. God is testing whether they see you as a blessing to honor rather than a possession to control. God is testing whether they can treat your heart with the sacredness it deserves. And God is testing you too, testing whether you can love without panic, testing whether you can feel deeply without acting impulsively, testing whether you can trust God more than your fears, testing whether you can wait without losing faith, testing whether you can remain grounded even when nothing seems clear. God is shaping both of you so that when the revelation comes, when the moment arrives, when the truth unfolds fully, neither of you will doubt it. Neither of you will run from it. Neither of you will fear it. Instead, you will recognize it as something God wrote, God protected, and God delivered. And God is telling you now, with a tenderness wrapped in authority, that what you are feeling is not one-sided. Your heart is not playing tricks on you. Your intuition is not misleading you. The spiritual pull you experience is not a figment of imagination. God placed this connection in both hearts, not just one. And that is why neither of you can fully break away. Even when you try to distract yourself, even when you try to move forward, even when you attempt to silence the emotions rising within you, something deeper keeps calling you back. That something is not nostalgia, not emotion, not wishful thinking. It is God drawing two souls into alignment for a purpose only He fully understands. But God wants you to be aware of this. The person who loves you is dealing with an internal war they have not spoken about. Their heart feels one thing, but their fears whisper another. Their spirit is drawn to you, but their past tells them to be careful. Their longing for you is strong, but they worry that if they reveal their truth too soon, they might lose the very connection they cherish. They don't want to disappoint you. They don't want to bring chaos into your life. They don't want to be the reason your heart breaks. So they hold back, not because they don't love you, but because their reverence for you is greater than their desire to be careless with your soul. God said, tell them to understand the weight of this. Not everyone who loves deeply knows how to express it. Not everyone who feels intensely knows how to articulate it. Some people love quietly, silently, with depth that words cannot carry. And the one who loves you does so with a purity that scares them. They are afraid of mishandling what God has blessed them with. They are afraid their imperfections will stain this sacred connection. They are afraid that if they move too quickly, they might break something that was meant to last. You have been asking God, why don't they show it? Why don't they step forward? Why can they feel so much and yet remain so silent? And God replies, because I am still working on them. Because I am healing wounds that you do not know about. Because I am strengthening places in their heart that were weakened by past disappointments. Because I am preparing them to love you with wisdom, not fear. Because I am building them into someone who can stand beside you, not behind you. And you must hear this with all the gravity it deserves. This is not a normal connection. This is not a casual emotional entanglement. This is not an ordinary attachment. The bond between you is spiritually significant, and the enemy knows it. That is why confusion tries to interfere. That is why doubt tries to settle in. That is why impatience whispers lies into your heart at night. The stronger the spiritual purpose behind a connection, the more aggressively the enemy tries to sabotage it. But God said, be still and trust me. What I am building cannot be destroyed by fear, delay, or silence. Here is what they don't want you to know, because they fear it will overwhelm you. They see you as a blessing they don't feel worthy of yet. They see your strength and wonder if they are strong enough for you. They see your faith and wonder if they can match it. They see your heart and wonder if they deserve to be loved by you. They see your resilience and question if they can stand beside someone who radiates such spiritual power. But God said, do not underestimate them. Do not judge them by what you see on the surface. I am shaping them into someone remarkable. And God wants you to understand that this person's silence is not rejection, it is reverence. They are careful because they value you. They are slow because they fear hurting you. They are thoughtful because they know the magnitude of what God has orchestrated between you. This is not hesitation born of disinterest. It is hesitation born of profound respect for the bond God planted. God is also working on you. Yes, you. Because love that comes from God requires preparation on both sides. You have wounds too. Wounds that God is trying to heal before the union comes into full export. You have fears that God is trying to remove. You have habits that God is reshaping. You have shadows in your heart that God is bringing to the light. And God is telling you that this waiting season is not punishment. It is preparation, it is alignment, it is refinement, it is God shaping you into the version of yourself that will be ready to receive a love that is not halfway, not uncertain, not unstable, but whole, steady, and deeply rooted in God's guidance. And God says something powerful. You have prayed for a love that is real. But real love comes with responsibility. Real love requires maturity. Real love demands spiritual grounding. You cannot ask God for something divine and expect it to arrive when your heart is still operating from a place of fear or impatience. You cannot ask God for something lasting and expect it to manifest while you're still reacting from old wounds. You cannot pray for something eternal and then rush the timing. So God is telling you, hold your peace, trust my timing, trust the process, trust the transformation that is taking place behind the scenes. The love that is coming toward you is not small. It is not shallow. It is not rushed. It is not careless. It is the kind of love that carries destiny, the kind of love that strengthens faith, the kind of love that expands purpose, the kind of love that shifts your life into alignment with what God has written for you. But you must know this now. A person who loves you is afraid of losing you without ever having the chance to show you how deeply they feel. They are afraid that their silence will be misinterpreted. They are afraid that their distance will push you away. They are afraid that one day you will decide that waiting is too painful and you will walk away from what God has placed in your path. And God said, warn them, open their eyes, let them understand the battle happening in the unseen realm. Your patience is protecting the connection. Your faith is sustaining it. Your hope is strengthening it. Every day you choose to trust instead of fear, you are aligning yourself with what God is preparing. Every day you choose love over anxiety, you are watering the seed God planted. Every day you choose spiritual clarity over emotional chaos, you are protecting the blessing God is shaping. This is why God brought this message to you, not to give you fantasy, no. To stir emotion without purpose, not to entertain you, but to remind you of what is real, to reassure you of what is developing, to warn you against giving up prematurely, to strengthen you with truth so the enemy cannot deceive you with lies. And God is telling you now that the love surrounding you is not just about emotion. It is about divine alignment, spiritual destiny, and eternal significance. This love is meant to shape you, to teach you, and to elevate both of you beyond what you ever imagined. It is not merely a connection of hearts. It is a connection of spirits that God Himself has guided and guarded. And God said, this is not to be taken lightly. This is not to be squandered on fear or impatience. This is sacred. You may wonder why things feel delayed, why the moments you long for seem just out of reach, why their love is not fully revealed in a way that satisfies your heart. And God is telling you that it is because every great blessing requires preparation. Just as a tree must grow deep roots before it bears fruit, just as a river must carve its path before it reaches the ocean, just as gold must endure fire to be refined, so too must this love endure time, child, length, and unseen spiritual shaping. What God is crafting for you is not ordinary. It is fortified by trials, strengthened by patience, and elevated by faith. Do not underestimate the intensity of what God is orchestrating. You feel stirred because God is moving. You feel unsettled because God is rearranging destinies. You feel anxious because the unseen realm is aligning in your favor and the enemy cannot accept it. And God said, tell them to hold on, for the pressure they feel is a sign that I am at work. The unrest is a testimony that I am bringing the hidden into light. The waiting is a signal that I am shaping hearts according to my will. And here is the truth that must reach your heart right now. The person who loves you is more deeply connected to you than they can even articulate. Their soul recognizes yours, and that recognition is spiritual. It is a recognition that transcends circumstance, that transcends logic, that transcends doubt. It is a recognition that God Himself planted. And God is saying that this is why their hesitancy is not rejection, it is reverence, it is awe, it is a fear of mishandling what God has carefully prepared. You must understand that love guided by God is different from love guided by desire. Love guided by God is patient. Love guided by God is discerning. Love guided by God is protected. And God is saying that the one who loves you is demonstrating all of this, even when you cannot see it. Their restraint is a reflection of their respect for the divine orchestration of your connection. Their caution is a reflection of the sacredness of what is forming between you. Their silence is a reflection of the gravity of what they are guarding with all they have. God is also telling you something critical. Your role in this divine alignment is just as significant. Your heart, your spirit, your patience, your discernment. These are all instruments that God is using to complete the preparation. You are not a passive observer in this. You are a participant, a co-laborer in the manifestation of something powerful, something extraordinary, something eternal. God is asking you to remain steadfast, to hold your peace, to guard your heart against doubt and fear, and to trust the timing He has ordained. And God is warning you against one of the greatest traps of the enemy, impatience. Impatience can undo years of spiritual preparation. Impatience can make you misread silence as rejection, distance as disinterest, and delay as abandonment. But God said, patience is the vehicle through which my blessings arrive intact. Patience is the container that holds my favor. Patience is the proof of faith, and faith is what allows the hidden to be revealed. You must also hear this. The love you are underestimating is powerful enough to transform both of you. It is powerful enough to heal wounds that neither of you has been able to reach on your own. It is powerful enough to break cycles of disappointment, despair, and doubt. It is powerful enough to awaken dormant faith in ways that nothing else could. And God said, this love will not only satisfy the heart, but it will also awaken the spirit. It will not only bring joy, but it will also bring revelation. It will not only connect souls, but it will also fulfill purpose. And here is what they do not want you to know. But what God is revealing, their fear, their silence, their restraint is not about hesitation. They are battling their own unworthiness. They are confronting parts of themselves that feel inadequate, unprepared, or unworthy of your love. And God said, do not let that fear define the connection. Do not let their struggle convince you that my timing is wrong. Do not let their caution make you impatient. Instead, see it as my hand at work, shaping them to be exactly what I intend them to be when they are ready to come to you fully, completely, and without compromise. You see, the love that God allows to be hidden, delayed, or restrained is not weak, it is sacred. The love that is tested, refined, and purified is not failing, it is growing. The love that is guided by God's timing is not absent, it is present in ways that only the Spirit can perceive. And God said, prepare their hearts, prepare your age. Art And when the appointed moment arrives, you will both recognize it. You will both feel it. You will both understand it in a way that leaves no room for doubt, hesitation, or regret. And finally, God is commanding you to trust. Trust the unseen, trust the waiting, trust the preparation, trust the transformation. Trust the one who loves you, even when they cannot fully show it yet. Trust the process, even when the outcome seems delayed. Trust me, because I am the one who has orchestrated every detail, every moment, every heartbeat that has led you both to this place. God said, do not allow fear, doubt, or impatience to overshadow what I am doing. What I have prepared for you is greater than what the mind can imagine, stronger than what the heart can endure alone, and deeper than what the soul can comprehend without me. And God is speaking now with a voice that resonates beyond the ordinary, telling you that what you are experiencing is part of a divine orchestration far greater than your understanding. The person who loves you is more than just an admirer. They are a vessel chosen by God to play a role in the fulfillment of His plan for your life. Their love, though concealed, at times is being tempered and purified by God, so that when it is revealed, it will not be ordinary. It will be transformative. It will be sacred, and it will bear the imprint of divine intention. God said, do not mistake delay for denial. Do not mistake silence for rejection. What I have hidden in shadows is not absence, it is my preparation. The depth of their love is such that it mirrors the patience of God Himself. They love in ways unseen, in ways unspoken, in ways that carry weight and responsibility. And God is telling you that the reason this love has not been fully expressed is because both hearts are being molded for endurance. Endurance to weather trials, endurance to withstand deception, endurance to remain steadfast when the world pressures the connection and when fear tries to drown hope. God said, I do not bless fleeting emotions. I bless the persistent, the faithful, and the spiritually aligned. You may ask, why does it feel so complicated? Why does it feel like waiting is unbearable? And God says, because preparation is never easy, but it is necessary. Because growth demands patience. Because alignment requires stillness. You have been asking for clarity, for visible signs, for tangible confirmation, and God is revealing to you that the confirmation is already present, not in words, not in gestures, but in the spiritual resonance between you. Every time you feel pulled toward this person, every time you feel unsettled by their absence, every time your heart longs for them without explanation, that is God's signal, proof that what is coming is divinely orchestrated. But here is the deeper truth, that the one who loves you does not fully want you to know yet. They are battling a profound internal struggle. They are fighting self-doubt, insecurity, and the weight of the past that still lingers in their spirit. They fear that exposing the depth of their love too soon may cause pain, may shatter trust, or may disrupt the path God has placed before them. Yet God is telling you that their hesitation is not rejection, it is respect. Their caution is not weakness, it is reverence. And their restraint is not absence. It is evidence that God is at work shaping their heart to match the sacredness of yours. God is reminding you now that silence can be sacred, distance can be protective, waiting can be preparation, and impatience can be the enemy that destroys what God has meticulously arranged. You must guard your heart against overanalyzing the external while ignoring the spiritual reality. You must guard your faith against the lies of fear. You must recognize that God's timing is perfect, even when it challenges your human sense of urgency. He said, I am arranging what eyes cannot see, what minds cannot calculate, and what hearts cannot rush. Trust my timing, and the hidden will become visible. And you must know this. The love surrounding you is not limited by circumstance. It is not diminished by absence. It is not delayed by human limitations. The person who loves you is being guided by God's wisdom, instructed by God's timing, and protected by God's hand. Every emotion, every thought, every silent longing is part of the divine training that prepares both of you for a union that is rooted not merely in desire, but in purpose, spiritual alignment, and divine fulfillment. God wants you to see that the power of this connection is not in grand gestures or visible demonstrations. It is in the unseen spiritual currents that bind you together. It is in the prayers whispered silently in the night. It is in the longing that cannot be explained by logic. It is in the alignment of hearts that transcends circumstance, geography, and time. God said, what I am connecting, no human hand can sever, no misunderstanding can break, and no fear can destroy. And now God is warning you against one of the most dangerous traps, the assumption that what is delayed is denied. Many have walked away from blessings because they mistook preparation for neglect. Many have abandoned hope because I could not see the unseen work of God. But you are being instructed to persevere. You are being guided to remain spiritually vigilant. You are being called to trust the process, to honor the silence, and to wait with a heart fully aligned to God. The person who loves you is aware of this as well. Even in their fear, even in their restraint, they recognize that God has placed you in their life for a reason far beyond human comprehension. Their love is not casual. Their commitment is not conditional. Their longing is not fleeting. And God is telling you that when the timing is right, their heart will be unguarded, fully exposed, and fully ready to honor the connection in a way that is protected, profound, and permanent. God is saying to you now, do not settle for anything less than what He has orchestrated. Do not rush what He has protected. Do not compromise the sacredness of this love with impatience, doubt, or fear. Allow the divine process to unfold. Allow God to align hearts perfectly. Allow patience to cultivate wisdom, and allow faith to cultivate strength. God said, what I have prepared will surpass every human expectation, for my blessings are never ordinary. My timing is never wrong. My love is never inadequate. And here is the ultimate revelation. The truth that will steady your spirit. The person who loves you is part of God's plan for your destiny. Their love is a reflection of God's provision, protection, and alignment in your life. Their heart is being shaped to match yours. Their spirit is being strengthened to meet yours. Their patience is being honed to mirror the timing of God. And God said, when the moment comes, it will be undeniable, it will be unmistakable, and it will carry my imprint in every interaction, every feeling, every revelation.